The most amazing thing happened over the weekend, right? Kate Henshaw had a birthday. Happy birthday to Kate Henshaw, by the way. However, we're not talking about Kate Henshaw's birthday. We're talking about the most amazing thing that happened, which is the purported the purported birthday message that the famous actor Jim Ike sent to Kate Henshaw. I'm not saying he's a narcissist. Please, I am not diagnosing anything. I'm just trying to point out the toxicity in the purported message. You can check online, it is everywhere. Those messages. Firstly, how do you start sending a birthday message with the F word? Literally, we had the F word repeated multiple times in the birthday, and he made it all about himself. There was first grandiosity and self-centeredness. He started with F you on behalf of my 23-year-old self, and then he made it about his unmet desires, his fantasies, rather than about Kate's achievement on her birthday. It wasn't about celebrating Kate, it was about bringing her down and bringing information that Kate probably never wanted to be out there to the world, and also just, glorifying himself and making everyone know that he also eat that, in a demeaning manner. And then he now maxed it like it was a joke. At some point he also said there would have been a love child. I mean, how do you even talk about a love child? So you're not even talking about having co-parents, you're not talking about being an intentional parent, you're talking about just having a love child, and all of that. You never talked about the achievements, the things that Kate has achieved. Then it was also manipulating emotionally, was gaslighting, saying that you kept manipulating my black bot, and by always looking out for me. I don't even understand that. How can you say someone that was looking out for you and then you say the person was manipulating you, and then later he says something like, oh, you ran off with one Oyibo and stuffs like that, just to demean. He just kept literally saying the F word over and over again. Another thing you notice was delusion of control and ownership. It felt like he owned her. It felt like, it was as of right that she never should have left. It feels like he owns her. You knew all the time that I wanted to eat that, and what a gorgeous human we would have made together. Then another thing is projection of inner turmoil and external blame. I mean, he continues to just project himself, his past chaos, his bad decisions as the reason for our withdrawal, not taking accountability for his actions. So that you had your bad behaviors, you had chaos, fame got into your head, and then you're still blaming the person that left, probably for our own peace. We don't know what the reasons are. And then he said, he also went ahead to blame her for not still staying through those times. I don't know. I see a lot of people celebrate people who stay through difficult times. Something is not right for you. Something is very, very toxic. Something might probably even lead to your death. And then you're always worshipped and you're praised and you're told to continue to stay. In fact, the person, the abuser, as of right, who is also a narcissist, who has narcissistic traits, will tell you that the only way you should have shown loyalty is for you to stay while they continue to abuse. They are not ready to change. But you are supposed to stay, and continue to take all of that. So he also had the devaluation. He devalued her. He first of all started with, was idealizing, and later then he devalued. Then he offered back-end compliments. What are back-end compliments? I mean, from the beginning of the message, if you look through the messages, up until the end was where he now said happy birthday. And then he even said again that what friends do is they insult each other. Please. See, for one, I don't even like people who max insults as jokes. If I don't do that to you, please don't do it to me. I don't like people who max insults as jokes. So because we're friends, I know it is very, very common, but you can crack jokes without insulting the other person, without using the person's innermost wound, or without using the person's insecurities to insult the person without projecting. I mean, in this case, this guy literally brought things that we never knew even happened. He brought it out there on our birthday. This was also an attempt to take away the shine from, you know, the person celebrating the birthday, and then to glorify himself, and also to also announce on our birthday that he also had access, intimate access to her. He hijacked the day and made it all about himself. These are narcissistic traits. Please, once you see someone, I mean, I keep saying it, narcissism does not have a gender. And trust me, when we talk about female narcissists, they are worse, because I naturally believe that as women, when you know what you want, I mean, you can always just use it to get what you want. I don't know, use the feminine energy to get what you want. So imagine a woman now being a narcissist, it becomes deadly. However, when you're in a relationship and you're with someone who constantly berates you, who brings you down, who does not want to see you shine, because absolutely there was no reason for this message, not even on her birthday, and there was no reason for this message to have been posted in a public space where everyone had access to it. I mean, so if you're with someone who constantly, if you know that someone constantly brings you down, constantly tries to berate you, constantly tries to downplay your successes and your fame and all of that, please, as much as you can, stay away. If you cannot stay away, use the grey rock method. I hope you continue to heal. My name is Adeola, your favorite narcissistic abuse recovery coach.